This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 655 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. Today's tip is brought to you by EQ Ready Records, records management services for busy horse people. Check them out today at eqreadyrecords.com. Hi, Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. Today's tip is from Kathy Weishoff, international eventing competitor based in Lexington, Kentucky. It's about looking for an instructor, coach, or trainer, and how to know which it is that you need. It's from episode number 198 of the Eventing Radio Show with Samantha Clark. But before we get to today's tip, let's hear from today's sponsor, EQ Ready Records. Hi, Coach Jen here with Amanda Eckelberg. Amanda has come up with an interesting way to help keep all of us disorganized horse folks keep our stuff straight, all of our ducks in a row, you might say. And it's called EQ Ready Records. And Amanda, exactly what is EQ Ready Records?
EQ Ready Records is a service for the horse owner designed to consolidate and maintain all of your horse's important information into one spot. We gather all of their information from all your various service providers, your veterinarians, your farriers, your trainers, all of those kinds of people, and we put it into one spot on the Internet. And so all you have to do is to log in with your own personal username and password and view your records from anywhere, anytime, from any Internet connection.
So folks can access all of that information via their smartphones as well as a computer?
Yes, they can. Just like any website you would pull up on your smartphone, on your browser, you can view it that way.
So with EQ Ready Records, I'm a disorganized horse person. Am I going to have to sit there and type a lot of stuff into a computer system?
No, we do all of the data entry for you, which is what makes us different than the regular software programs that are out there. We are, like I say, we are the service. We do all of the data entry for you. Most times people will get the software programs, which are really good. However, somebody still has to be responsible for inputting all of that data. That's where we come in. We do it all for you.
That's fantastic, because that's where everybody gets stuck. You don't ever type the information in. It doesn't do you any good to have a fantastic computer program if none of the information ever gets in there. And EQ Ready Records puts it in for you.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for letting us know what EQ Ready Records is. Where can folks learn more about EQ Ready Records?
You can visit us on our website at eqreadyrecords.com, or you can give us a call toll-free at 888-281-8869.
Fantastic. See you around, Amanda. Now, enjoy today's tip.
When people are looking for a new riding teacher, what should they look for? How do they go about finding one? What should be questions they should ask if they're calling up? If they call you blind, what should be questions they should ask you?
Well, I mean, I have to promote the, ICP, because I'm part of the ICP program for USEA, and I think that is a great program that has been started over the last few years. And I think that, so looking for a new instructor, I mean, one of the big things I find is trust and confidence that the rider has in the instructor, because it's a dangerous sport that we do. And so if someone comes to me and wants to start riding with me, I've assumed they've researched me. So they've either looked at my website, they've made phone calls, they've gotten references. Word of mouth usually is the best way, even though we try to maintain websites and stuff like that. I think word of mouth is the best way of going, and your reputation precedes you. And then a lot of times, is it a match? Do you like the person? Do you get along with their personality? Do you feel for me, it's, do I feel this person wants to, work at their riding? Because I teach a lot of adult amateurs, and I see a lot of adult amateurs that really want to work at their riding, but they have limitations because they work a full-time job, and so they can only ride, 4 days a week or something like that. And so one of the first questions I always ask them is, how many times did you get to ride this week? And they'll say, oh, well, the boss made me work late, so I only got to ride 3 times. And and they kind of say that feeling a little bad, and I'm like, no, that's okay. I'm just gathering information for myself, so I know, what to ask of you. But I think it's usually an assessment of what their abilities are. It's an assessment when they walk in the arena and say, this is what I want to do, and it's the responsibility of the instructor to make an honest, realistic assessment of what the horse can do, what their abilities are when they give you that information. Someone walks into the ring with me and says, I want to go preliminary, in the fall, and they can't manage to do some of the simple exercises. I have to be honest with them and say, you're not going to be ready for this, and that's my responsibility as an instructor. Or it's my responsibility as an instructor to say, yes, you can, let's move forward, and if you do this and this goes well, then we can think about that. So I think it's, there's a difference between an instructor and a coach and a trainer, and they're kind of three, separate entities, and I find that sometimes people want, a coach that's just going to come to the event and help them at the event. Sometimes that's a little hard on me because I haven't seen them and helped them along the way, so I'm not sure exactly, if I'm looking at the same horse that, was in my lesson last week, and I'm having to fix things on the fly, which doesn't work as well as it's not the ideal situation. The instructor is one that's, that they see, every week, we have lessons once a week, and we have a program. We have lessons twice a week, and we have a program, and we're moving forward to a goal, whether it's a single event or it's a whole, planned out series of events. And then the trainer is involved also in the horse's care, and like I would consider myself sometimes a trainer of some of the horses in my barn, because I've got kids that are just starting out, and I say they're just starting out, but they're learning about studs, and they're learning about you have to ride your horse 6 days a week, and you can't go off with your boyfriend for 2 days and then go take a dressage lesson. That's not fair for your horse, things like that. So I think there's three kind of separate definitions there, and so the instructor, coach, or trainer needs to be definitive with their student what they are to them, and the student needs to be definitive with what they need.
And thank you so much to Kathy Weishoff and Samantha Clark over there at the Eventing Radio Show. If you enjoyed that chat from Kathy and Samantha, and who wouldn't, you can listen every week at eventingradio.com. Don't forget to support our sponsors here on Horse Tip Daily, because they make these podcasts possible. Today's sponsor has been EQ Ready Records, records management services for busy horse people. Check them out today at eqreadyrecords.com. Please stop by the Horse Tip Daily Facebook page and let us know what you think of the tips you hear on the show. It's also a great place to tell us about topics you'd like to hear us cover on the show. You can subscribe to all the great shows on the Horse Radio Network through iTunes or Zune and get your horse podcasts automatically downloaded to your iPod, Zune, or MP3 player. You can also listen to the shows right on Facebook. The player's right there every day. I'll be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, go ride your horse. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.